Hello and welcome. I'm Kevin J. N. Hughes, author of The Undamned, and I am telling ghost stories today. So follow for ghost stories and updates on what's going on with my books, particularly The Undamned, which is soon to be published. So I've been telling the story of my friend Doug Kohler, a fan of the show who sent in his story. And where I left off, Doug was seeing what we noted sounds a lot like the Hat Man in his haunted house in New Jersey. But Doug also talks about how he had been followed by these entities, or potentially his aunt and uncle also lived in a haunted house. I'll get to that in a second. But um, one example of Doug potentially being followed or else other people's houses also being haunted um, is him staying with his aunt and uncle. And this would be his aunt and uncle in Warren, Massachusetts. So he one night he brought a young lady over to his aunt and uncle's house. We're going to call this young lady Betty. So Betty was actually staying in the room that Doug usually slept in when he was at this house, and he was sleeping on the couch in the living room. And he had, well, not exactly on the couch. He had kind of a hideaway bed that he would sleep in when he had people over. In this case, Betty. But all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, Betty came running down the stairs into the living room and was freaking out. And she did not tell him exactly what she saw, but she said that she was just terrified and had seen something that felt angry and oppressive in his room. And even though he was usually at that time in his life kind of scared by this stuff and it freaked him out a lot, he actually said that on that particular night he was really emboldened. He was really brave. He says, quote, that he was strong at the moment. I don't know if that's because he felt like he needed to be strong for Betty's sake, or if he was just had eaten his spiritual Wheaties that day. But whatever was going on, he was able to be strong that particular night, and he right then and there was like, we're gonna pray about this. And so they said a prayer together, and they prayed, and then they couldn't get back to sleep because they were kind of freaked out. So for the rest of the night, they sat there and they prayed, and they didn't have any more paranormal experiences that night. But this shows you some of the stuff that Doug was going through, and you can see that other people saw it too. So again, Doug is a reliable witness, and there's other people experiencing this stuff, and we're going to continue next time.